Like, I need you to come here and speak. Like, I need you to come here and share your story. Because, like, the struggle, but the strength within these stories, man, it's something that we all need right now. Like, I know it helped me. It helped me a lot. Now, while I'm telling this story, I'm going to talk about my struggles first. Because this has been a time, man. But while I'm doing this, you can continue breathing. Focus on your breathing. But, with four struggling creatives, man, um, this shit hit hard, bro. This shit hit hard, man. If anybody here has been following what we doing, this space here going up, 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 up. You know what I'm saying? We had plans months out already. Collaborations that was gonna happen, things that were already like put in stone. And it's funny because like even stones break. Even stones crumble. And with this time, and especially when like the COVID happened, just like my whole vision was just fuzzy, man. And especially being in this space where we help so many people, like Four Struggling Creatives helps a lot of people, like in more ways than one. But being able to not have the answer, man, and if anybody here can relate, please say so, man. Like, who here felt anxiety from not knowing the answer? Like what, we don't know what's going to happen 2 months from now, what's going to happen 2 weeks from now, and just not knowing that, and being in a way where like we're creators, we want to like plan these things out, we got campaigns and stuff, and not knowing where we were going to go. That shit was, it was crazy, man. I don't know where we're going. Like, I don't know 2 weeks, I don't know 2 months, but I have a very strong feeling about what I should do today. And that came from just like spending time with myself and really getting to know, like, all right, let's get back to purpose. Like, why am I here? Because like even with money, what I'm saying, even with all these things that we love to get, we get money and we get cars and you can't drive nowhere now. That Balenciaga you got, you can't wear nowhere. You in the house, bro. You making a TikTok, like, and it's all these things, like, like these things that we value to kind of show who we are, and we got these things to kind of tell our story. These things can't be shown anymore, and we have to get back to like who are we, way before.
Yeah.
Hey, this is fire. Yo, Dot,
What
how are
up?
you, man? What's up?
I am doing good. I am feeling good. I am
Yeah,
blessed.
word up, man. Nah, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. And you know
Same.
what? I'm really excited to talk to you because first, I haven't got to see you in a while. You know what I'm saying? But
I
two,
know.
it's like, yo, I know how you get to push through adversity. You're like, what I'm saying? I've seen you go through adversity, and I know with some of the businesses that you in now too, I could imagine like with some of the effects of just from the pandemic or how it happened. So since this whole thing has happened, what's been going on? How you been feeling?
So, um, first things first is, my background is in events,
Yeah.
and I've been freelancing for a while there, and that just tanked. I lost contract after contract after contract. And then when I lost the contracts, I got the Rona.
Oh, wow.
When the COVID hit me, it was so scary because I was in my house by myself. It was triggering a lot of issues. So when I was 18, my lungs collapsed from like a whole other thing. And so the feeling of having my lungs feel full and all of that, it just was triggering that. And thank God, like so, since September, I really have been meditating consistently. I've been journaling consistently, and um, that that changing my eating habits, becoming more holistic. I'm telling you, I feel so blessed that I had the right things in my house. I had mullein leaf, I had eucalyptus, I had all the fruits in my house, and I was using my meditation breathing exercises to help me get through like the really hard parts of it. Now is a time of rest. For half of us, it is a time of, really buckling down and, creating since you're in your space. But for the other half of us, the half of us that's resting, rest,
Rest. No, for real.
rest.
Yeah.
Because in your rest and in your stillness, you will hear what your purpose is.
I wanted to share a self-care acronym that I put together. The S is for show up for yourself, then others, as opposed to and others, because we have to show up for ourselves first so that we can be of better service to others. The E is for enough, that I am enough, I'm equipped. The L is let go of that which doesn't serve you. The F, forgive yourself and others. Don't beat yourself up for your past mistakes. It's in the past. Learn, grow. Pause, that hyphen in self-care. I put Selah there. Just that time, right? Pause, be still. C is for choose happy. Affirm yourself and others. So I have daily affirmations. Okay. R is for refresh. And then the last E is for evaluate. To evaluate your goals, and then all of the above, how you're showing up, that you're enough, letting go of those things that don't serve you, forgiving yourself and others, choosing happy, affirming, and then refresh.
One thing that I did read, and this is this book called Paper Menagerie. And there was a story in there, and I'm gonna make this quick because I really want other people to share their stories. If you got a story to share, please drop a light bulb so I can know, and I'll make sure you could join in and share your story because people need to hear it. But in Paper Menagerie, they had this story where it was this girl, and like to kind of sum it down, like give a summary, her soul, like everybody had an object that was a soul. So like one dude's soul might be a sword, and it's because he was strong and cut through things, and like or it could be like this one lady's soul was a branch, but like it had a certain smell to it. So like whenever she was around, like it was like she created growth, but also like people could always like know when she was around. And this one girl, her soul was a ice cube, and what happened was she was so scared if it melted she would die. Like that's what she thought. So she would always, her whole house was freezers. She would go around with a lunch pack. She never would party. Like she doesn't even really talk to people because she never wanted to leave her ice cube. She always wanted to keep it frozen. And then she met this one guy, and it was like she took a chance. But in order for her to take a chance to go and talk to this dude to really actually live for once in her life, she had to leave this ice cube out in this cup near the door because she didn't want to bring it inside. She didn't want to know. She didn't want him to see her soul. And when she went back, she seen that the ice cube had melted, and she was so scared. She was so scared, like I'm gonna die, and she didn't. And the moral of the story was, sometimes like we freeze because we're trying to be so cool, we're trying to be so cool that we freeze our own selves. And in that freezing, we can't do nothing. We clam up. We don't talk to nobody. We don't live, but we so cool. But if you would just let yourself be water and flow, you'd be surprised on what you could accomplish, on the people that you can connect with, on the things that you can do with your life. So yeah, I think that's something that really hit home with me, and it helped me to be able to, even when I was going through this and I felt like I didn't want to talk to anybody, just being able to understand, like, yo, like there is no wrong answers, like there is no wrong actions right now. Like I know what I'm supposed to do. Let me flow, and it helped me get a lot less tense. So word, indeed, man. And I'm super glad we had talked earlier this week.
Word.
First off, you've been to the Move Forward events when it was physically here, and you always had something that was able to move somebody with just like the music you spoke on. But now it's a
different level now.
different. Like you got this different strength, and yeah. So I'm not going to tell too much of the story. I really want you to tell it, but you have something special that happened during this pandemic that was totally different, and I really want you to kind of speak on it, man.
Basically, I went like 8 months undiagnosed with lupus, and the lupus in my case, because like everybody's case is different, it attacked my nervous system, so I lost the ability to walk. Even right now, I'm wearing like braces, so I'm still learning how to walk. I was stuck to a bed. I was a fall risk, so like I had like a certain band on me because I couldn't walk. So if I wanted to use the bathroom, someone had to come in and take me out the bed. You know what I'm saying? So I was restricted to a bed for 40 days. So being able to walk around the house is like freedom to me. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to go from room to room and everything. Like I feel like I have more freedom. And then the fact I have like a backyard, I can at least sit outside and like for me personally, because the whole experience, enjoy sitting outside. I haven't been able to sit outside and feel comfortable since September. So, you know, just try to take like the little things. Like it's one of those things. Sometimes you kind of talk to people like it could be so worse. It could be way worse. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little difficult, but I think a lot of what I think what this time reveals too is like you got time to really think introspectively. So if you're not already on that type of time or you weren't paying attention to those things came to the forefront because you had nothing else to do. You know? So I think a lot of times with people, like most of the times I talk to someone who's like going crazy, they're acting like they're going crazy and stuff. It's because they haven't had time to like talk to themselves about whatever issues is really bothering them. You have a choice. Do you want to sit here and like be sad, or do you want to get up? You can still be sad, like go through those emotions, but like you got to put a step forward if you want to make your like your dreams, your passions, whatever you have in mind to happen. Like you have to put your time in. Put it like that. Whether it's going to be difficult. Yeah, it's difficult. Like I might have a situation. Everyone's going to run into a situation where you're going to be like, damn, that sucks for them. I hope they get through it. Everyone's going to go through that. Like my situation is the lupus journey thing. Someone else's might be like their parents passed. Someone else might, I never had parents. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's got something. So don't really wallow in your sadness. Fucking use that energy, convert it into like, humans are like converters. You take negative energy, you get sad, and then you like, you know what, I will uprise from this, and then you start going harder. Like take that energy and convert it into something positive. That's the best. That's really like, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to look at. I had to learn how to accept help. I'll say before I get off. Like that was the biggest thing for me. I never really learned how to accept help, whether it was like physically, like emotionally, personally, or like with work. I kind of got used to like, oh, I'm in a situation. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to like handle this by myself. But then it's like I had to ask people like I can't drive. I need to go to a doctor's appointment. Like, can you help me? So kind of really and it became comfortable. So now like as a filmmaker, I need a bigger crew. You know, I need people. I feel a lot more comfortable in being upfront and being like, yo, I can't hold the camera right now because my legs is too weak to hold the camera and keep it still. I need to hire you for this. I need to hire you for this. Like, it's more. It's like it forced me to like be more open and asking for help. Because before I used to be really like not paranoid, but I had bad situations of asking for help. Someone says yeah and they don't come through.
Oh, dollar.
Yo, can I just can I say that I'm in here?
Fucking
yo,
hey,
shout out
this
to
shit fire. How you got the LEDs too? That's hard.
Yo, son, I'm in here with the cap.
Oh, we all inside with
the
it.
blanket, but
Real cozy. Yeah, man. How have you been? Yeah, man. Like, what's been going on? Let's chop it up.
Son, I'm great. I've been working this whole time, y'all, since March. I've been still working. I'm a teacher for preschoolers right now, and I just want to share like how God just, God is speaking. He's speaking so much, and I'm just grateful. That's like Hus. Oh my God, I'm so like y'all don't understand like what Dante's doing right now.
Yo,
Dante's doing right now, son.
And look, they about to cut me off in 2 minutes. I didn't know there's a limit on this, but that's crazy. We gonna get back on
because they know.
Yeah, they know it's about to be some fires about to happen right now.
But yo, my word of advice I mainly want to say is just y'all keep your sanity, keep your peace, keep focus on your good, your greatness, because everything right now, before it was already on a whole nother level, like distraction, but right now it is top level distraction. Do it lost. Stay focused on your purpose. Like that's all I know this has been teaching me is my purpose. And it's crazy. I had so much anxiety putting my light bulb in the comments. But I've been watching this post for 3 days, like, oh, not too much.
That's
Cause he
fire.
about to have us all in the community. When this shit is over, I'm not gonna say if this shit is over, but when this shit is over, remember community. This is about us sticking together, no matter what. If you see your brother fall, pick that nigga up. Period. You feel me? But stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. That's my main thing. Like all I've been doing is staying focused, keeping rebooting myself, looking at myself. Not saying what is that motherfucker doing over there, but what is Serena doing? What is Dollar doing?
How you doing it? How you staying focused? Like what's been that process, man? Cause yeah, like
Meditation, yoga, stretching, just like being one with self. Cause like you and God is one, bro. Like you can't miss that. Like you can't miss that there's something over you protecting you, bro. If you missing on that, it's because you're distracted. But please stay focused on that oneness in yourself. Honestly, yo, like just be one with self. That's it. And praying, cause I have to be out here, bro. Like I gotta be out here and be in this shit. Like a lot of people are home. Like they blessed. And I still feel blessed though. Cause like the position I'm in, like I'm with children and I'm with they're the light, bro. They the light. So they feed me with that shit like every day. Like I never feel down because they still feel joy. This shit don't affect them. Like even if a child, I know there's children out here getting it, but the children I'm with, they're safe and they just still pour in. Like they're still like about life, and it reminds me that I need to continue to be that same way. It's a lot of people not standing up and speaking, and I wanted them. I definitely have kept my mouth closed for a long time, and I've been afraid to lift my voice up. But in this time, you can't be quiet. If you got a story, speak it. If you got something to say it. If
got
that
to.
getting on your nerves, tell that motherfucker. But like, just be true to you. That's the main thing I learned too. Like, be true to who you are all the way. Touch that person, that higher being that you are, that you're fighting to be. Touch them, cause like, son, this is time we go Super Saiyan. We turn superhero. This is time we really be what we need to be. And when this shit is over, we will stand as leaders. That's who we are. We all are leaders, bro. We supposed to be leading our people. Like no one here, especially in this live, is a follower. Like we leaders, bro. The people I heard spoke, like I already know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's our time, and if you're not stepping in that time, you will fall to the wayside. It's sorry to say, like,
bruh, you hit it on the head, bruh. Now, granted, I got indifferent opinions about this whole everything that's going on, but you hit something on soul where you said like, yo, when you watching somebody go through certain cases. Now, I just lost a couple family members just last week. Now, you probably know this. I don't know if you spoke to Joshua or not, but yeah, like that's not the case right now. Right now, the case for right now is right now. Because possibly anybody that's going through it is telling you right now is all you got. Like literally, like what you just said today. All we got is today. All we got is these moments that we live in right now. Like talking so much, like it was hitting home. And honestly, I don't know if I'm the only person that feel this, but like I needed this.
Nah, I
like
needed
it's
this
been a
too.
lot of stuff going on live and whatnot going on, but this conversation, this interaction, this connection, this transmutant, this energy, this frequency, this vibe, whatever you want to call it whatever you want to call it. I needed this, bruh. This is tapped in, my nigga. This is
He said, indeed.
Yo, all right. So I got a question for you. I know you've been asking people questions, but how did you take when you found out your cousin had COVID in the intensity that he had it?
Man, shoot, learning like my family member had it. It was like at first I do this thing like, and so I'll tell you, like I'm gonna tell you because I got some faults in here too, man. Like when I first heard about it, I went straight back to work because like that's my defense mechanism. Like I go and get busy because it's
Right.
like if I work, like it the fault that I have in my mind is like if I work hard enough, it might disappear, and that's
Wow.
wrong. That's wrong, bro. Like you can't like you can't work through like you got to work through the struggle, but you can't work through the struggle. Like you have to deal with the struggle. Like you have to do that work. You can't just start doing other work and think the shit not going to exist. And it's
Right.
having to go through there. I had to first I went through that defense mechanism, and then I took some time that night, said some prayers, and I didn't hit him until the next day, and I called him, and and then we just had a conversation, man. But honestly, I'm gonna tell you, like I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for the
Right.
conversation. I wasn't prepared to talk to him. I wasn't prepared for anything. But it was just that same moment of like, look, I don't know how much time he got.
Right.
So I'd rather be okay with myself right now and making sure I do the right thing than me trying to take care of my insecurities of what might be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm fighting my imagination. Like my imagination ain't more important than my cousin's life.
Bro.
Not more important than love. It's not more important than the things that
Yeah.
that really bring us together. So that was the thing. Like I had to get past myself, and then having to talk. He was smiling. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't even knew that he was sick if he never told me. You know what I'm saying? So like strength again, bro, and that strength transferred to me, and it's been just going ever since, man.
Bro, we don't have to allow things to take over us unless we so choose it. The lack of fear, that doesn't mean that fear is not present. That just means I've seen fear get defeated so many times that I'm going to believe the next. I'm going to believe in the latter, my nigga.
Yeah.
It's just that. Like, it's just, okay, fear, you cool, you here, I see you. But I seen you lose mad times. Like, when do you win, my nigga? Yo, Tease, we can actually say, yo, honestly, put this on my grave, put this on my tombstone. If y'all don't get nothing else out of anything I said, bro, put this on my, bro. If this is the last thing you hear me say, my nigga, we seen fear lose. Like, we seen the enemy lose.
I've seen fear lose. I've seen fear lose, my nigga. Woo! Like, I've seen fear lose. It's like, that's it right now. You know, I think that's one of the biggest battles we have always, you know, fear. Right now, it's a fear. I was just talking to somebody yesterday. You know, it's like it's a fear even with my neighbors. Like my neighbors won't like we got the social distancing. There's a fear for me to even be close to somebody, and with good reason. I understand, but there's a fear. But look how we defeated it. I can't see you, but I'm here with you right now. We can't be together in the same room, but we in the same place right now, still doing what we do. Like how? Bro, it's wow, man. Like I've seen fear lose.
But they don't teach us that a lack of sunlight breaks our body down. We need to be outside. Like if we're going outside for at least a half an hour, 45 minutes, just to soak up that sun, just to like recharge your skin. You know, the melanin, we need that. I know half of the people in here got a vitamin D deficiency. I know I have one. And that's because we are not outside. They don't teach us that a lack of vitamin D breaks down our kidneys, which is one of the reasons why we have high blood pressure. It breaks down our gut. It causes depression. And I just wanted to touch on that because a lot of people was talking about, the temple and like what they're doing in order to stay focused. And,
Yeah.
some people don't know. Some people are so caught up in the reality of this experience. We forget that we really are pieces of spirit in these bodies,
Yeah. Yeah.
because we just present. Like, calm down. Rest in those moments, in those small moments, and take care of it. Bag. So for anybody out there who's having like lung issues or they do catch corona, mullein leaf tea. It is specifically for clearing out mucus and clearing out anything in your lungs or the back of your throat. I had this huge bag of mullein leaf tea and I was like, yo, look at God. Like,
Mm,
look at God. And so one night it got really bad and I called 911 because I really could not breathe.
mm,
And Newark. And they were like, we don't have any EMSs available right now. Give us your name and number and we'll send somebody when we do. And I'm telling you, I was like, I had to meditate because I was getting real anxious. The body was like, oh, we're going to die, we're going to die, we're going to die. And I was like, calm down, body. And once I like got that in order, I remember I had eucalyptus, fresh eucalyptus, put that in my bathroom, put the steam on, and I fell asleep for 20 minutes in the bathroom. And I'm telling you, when I woke up, I was just purging out all the mucus. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like these holistic remedies, these things we have in our house. We have to make sure that we taking care of the temple or know the loopholes for the temple because they're gonna push the drugs. They're
Yeah.
gonna push on these foods. That's been my biggest thing is like detoxing from the food. Like I've used food to comfort for so long. So like I love sugar, I love fried food and all that. But it's not good for the temple. So
I wish I still had the directions up here, but this was what I needed, man. This is what I needed, bro. Like, wow. And just the bravery. Everybody that shared tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like how brave do you have to be to not only talk about your struggle, but share your story, be vulnerable, and then be able to empower other people. Like, you got to share a piece of yourself right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only but so much you. It's only but so much energy. There's only but so much you could give right now. We all know we've all been drained at some point in time, whether you worked a long day, whether you dealt with somebody that was just energy. We've all had those moments. And to be able to have it where you willing to give that up to help others and find your own answer too, it's a special place, man.